Dear students, welcome to MOOCs. Today I am going to present Open Access and Digital Library. The objective of this module is to introduce and define the concept of digital library and open access publishing, to introduce the philosophy of open access and its associations with digital library, to define characteristics of open access, methods of publishing open access research, catalyst to open access movement, and major open access declarations, to describe worldwide open access digital library initiatives, open access and copyright, and lastly, to discuss recent developments in digital library technologies. Open access has emerged as an alternative model of scholarly publishing, essentially in response to the phenomenon called serial crisis, as well as to the advent of internet and proliferation of resources, new e-publishing models, and development of open standards and protocols. Continuing growth and development in open access publishing is a big contributor to digital library collections as well as digital technology. Institutional repositories and open access journals are two primary routes to provide open access to scholarly literature. Institutional repositories are generally set up by research institutions, universities, and other organizations, wherein institutions' publications including preprints and postprints of journal articles, research reports, conference papers, theses, dissertations, seminar presentations, annual reports, and other publications are deposited by researchers and staff members of the institute. The open access journals make their articles freely accessible to users without the subscription fee. However, the charges for publishing an article are generally charged from the author, their institutions, or sponsoring organizations. Digital library. Digital library is one of the most complex and advanced form of information system that can serve as resource to its users community. It collects, manages, preserves rich digital content and provides its access to users community. Clifford Lynch, a well-known expert on digital libraries and new technologies, defined digital libraries is a system providing a community of users with a current access to a large organized repository of digital information and knowledge. The digital library is not just one entity, but multiple sources seamlessly integrated. Open access. Open access is a new and evolving scholarly publication model that provides unrestricted, free, immediate, and online access to peer-reviewed scholarly research, along with the rights to use it. Users are free to read, download, copy, distribute, print, search, or link to the full text of scholarly literature available through open access platform. The only role of copyright is to control over the integrity of author's work. The American Research Library Association's task force defines open access as a cost-effective way to disseminate and use information. It is an alternative to the traditional subscription-based publishing model made possible by new digital technologies and networked communication. Open access and digital libraries. Open access publishing is considered as a part of universal digital library system consisting of open access journals and institutional repositories distributed across research institutions and universities all over the world. With interoperability built into the OAI-compliant institutional repository software and open access journal publishing system. Individual institutions can participate in the process of building a distributed global digital library through their repositories and open access journals. Institutional repositories are also linked to the notion of a digital library, since it has the same function and services that a digital library offers, such as collecting, sorting, classifying, cataloging, preserving, and providing access to digital content. So let's take a view about the characteristics of open access. Pay to publish, not to access. Cost of publication and distribution of articles is borne by the producer of scholarship or funding organizations rather than by users and readers. Access to publications in open access is more democratic. Web-based open access repositories are accessible to all users without any restrictions. The author rather than the publisher owns the copyright in the open access model. Users are granted permission for unrestricted reading, downloading, copying, sharing, etc. Authors may choose to block commercial reuse of content. Open access journals, like traditional journals, conduct peer review of submitted articles, and most of the publishers of open access journals are non-profit, such as Public Library of Science, while a few are for-profit, such as Pubmed Central. Now, let's take a view of major open access declarations worldwide. The first is Associations of College and Research Libraries Principles and Strategies for Reform of Scholarly Communication. Then Australian Group of 8 Statement on Open Access to Scholarly Information. OECD Declaration on Access to Research Data from Public Funding. UN World Summit on the Information Society Declaration of Principles and Plan of Action. The Washington, D.C. Principles for Free Access to Science. Wellcome Trust Position Statement on Open Access. Alhambra Declaration on Open Access. Policies for Development of Open Access in South European countries. IFLA Statement on Open Access. Ghent Declaration. League of European Research Universities Roadmap towards Open Access. Spark European Statement on Open Access and EC Public Hearing on Access to and Preservation of Scientific Information. The Joint Declaration of Open Science. The Paris Open Educational Resource Declaration. European Research Consortium for Informatics and Mathematics Statement on Open Access. And lastly, the National Knowledge Commission India Statement on Open Access. Now let's take a view on open access journals. Open access journals are considered as a golden route for providing access to peer-reviewed literature in electronic format, free of charge, without any restrictions to access over the web. Let's take a view of major open access journals worldwide initiatives. Pubmed Central. Pubmed Central is science, technology and medical publishers. It published 258 peer-reviewed open access journals. Pubmed Central. Pubmed Central is a free archive of biomedical and life science journals. The U.S. National Institutions of Health's National Library of Medicine. Public Library of Science. Public Library of Science is a non-profit publisher and advocacy organization founded to accelerate progress in science and medicine by leading a transformation in research, communication, It published 7 peer-reviewed open access journals with more than 1 lakh articles. BioLine International. BioLine International is a non-for-profit scholarly publishing cooperative committed to providing open access to quality research journals published in developing countries. 36 journals are available on this platform on public health, international development, tropical medicine, food and nutrition, and biodiversity, etc. Indian Academy of Science. The Indian Academy of Science is a scientific academy founded by the Government of India. It publishes 11 open access journals. Indian National Science Academy. The Indian National Science Academy is another scientific academy funded by the Government of India. Indian National Science Academy publishes 4 peer-reviewed open access journals. The National Academy of Science, India. The National Academy of Science, India was founded in 1930. It is the oldest science academy of the country. It publishes 3 open access peer-reviewed journals. Made in. The Indian Medlar Center at the National Informatics Center has initiated Made in project with support from Indian Council of Medical Research. It provides online access to full text of 108 Indian biomedical journals. Online periodical repositories. NISCARE has developed online periodical repositories, that is NOPR, to preserve its 17 research journals, working papers, preprints, technical reports, conference papers, and data sets in various digital formats. IndianJournals.com. IndianJournals.com provides single window access to multidisciplinary Indian journals published by different scholarly societies and institutions. It provides access to 11 open access journals. Medno Publications. Medno Publications is a publisher of high-quality peer-reviewed scholarly open access journals in India. It publishes, maintains, and hosts 48 open access peer-reviewed scholarly journals, mainly in biomedical subject areas on behalf of the learned societies and associations. The Kamla Raj Enterprise. The Kamla Raj Enterprise is a Delhi-based publisher established in 1933. The Kamla Raj publishes 21 open access journals in area of social science. Open Access Journal System at InflibNet, that is OJAS at InflibNet, provides full-text access to 14 journals published by universities and higher education institutions. Directory of Open Access Journals. Directory of Open Access Journals provides open access to 9,744 journals. Now let's take view of institutional repositories. Institutional repositories are web-based archive of scholarly material designed to organize and provide seamless access to scholarly publications produced by faculty or researcher of an institution in all subject disciplines. There are 3,594 worldwide repositories indexed by Registry of Open Access Repositories, that is ROAR, which includes 99 repositories in India. Directory of Open Access Repositories has indexed total 2,500 worldwide repositories, including 62 Indian repositories. Now let's take a view of top 10 worldwide repositories and repositories in India, indexed in Webometrics. Now let's take a view of top 10 worldwide repositories and repositories in India, indexed in Webometrics. Archives.org, ePrint Archive, which provides access to scholarly literature in area of physics, mathematics, computer science, quantitative biology, quantitative finance, and statistics. Social Science Research Network. It is developed to the rapid worldwide dissemination of social science research. The Ssrn E-Library consists of two parts: an abstract database, which contains the abstract over more than 531,000 scholarly working papers and forthcoming papers, and electronic paper collections, currently containing over more than 436,000 full-text documents. Smithsonian NASA Astrophysics Data System. It is a digital library portal for researchers in astronomy and physics, operated by the Smithsonian Astrophysical Observatory under the NASA grant. Europe Pubmed Central. Europe Pubmed Central is based on Pubmed Central, developed at the NCBI in the USA, and is part of a network of Pubmed Central International. Research papers in economics. Research paper in economics is a collaborative effort of hundreds of volunteers in 81 countries to enhance the dissemination of research in economics and related science. It provides access to 1,600 archives from 81 countries. Ssrx. Ssrx is an evolving scientific literature, digital library, and search engine that has focused primarily on the literature in computer and information science. Apart from this, we have HAL-INIRA Open Archives, University of California e-Scholarship Repository, CERN Document Server, Digital Library and Archives, Virginia Technology University. There are total 62 Indian repositories listed in Directory of Open Access Repository. Major Indian repository includes the Institutional Repository at Pubmed Central, Open Access Repository of Publication of Fellows and Indian Academy of Science, and International Repository, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. E-books. An e-book is an electronic version of a printed book which can be read on a computer or a specifically designed handheld device. Major open access electronic book includes the Project Gutenberg. Project Gutenberg is first and largest single collection of free electronic books or e-books. It offers over 42,000 free books. Hathitrust Digital Library. Hathitrust Digital Library is a partnership of academic and research institutions offering a collection of millions of titles digitized from libraries around the world. OAPEN. The OAPEN library contains freely accessible academic books, mainly in area of humanities and social sciences. Directory of Open Access Books. Directory of Open Access Books provides access to 1,879 academic peer-reviewed books from 57 publishers. Digital Library of India. Digital Library of India preserves knowledge and cultural heritage of India. It hosts 4,80,335 books containing about 168 million pages. The books came from about 48 different languages in various subjects. Now let's take a view of Open Courseware. Open Courseware is open educational resources that are presented in course format, often including course planning materials such as syllabi and course calendars, along with content such as textbooks, lectures, presentations, notes, and simulations. It is developed by experienced educators that are available for use, repurposing, and modification in whole or in part by everyone, everywhere in the world. Major Open Courseware initiative includes the Open Yale courses, OpenYale Courses provides lectures and other materials from selected Yale College courses to the public free of charge via the internet. The course span of the full range of liberal arts disciplines, including humanities, social sciences, and physical and biological sciences. MIT Open Courseware is a web-based online MIT course content. It is available open to the world. UNOW is a University of Nottingham's formal open courseware initiative. It provides free education materials. Open Courseware Consortium. Open Courseware Consortium is a worldwide community of hundreds of higher education institutions and associated organizations committed to advancing open education and its impact on global education. Coursera. Coursera is an education platform that partners with top universities and organizations worldwide to offer courses online for anyone to take for free. Udacity. Udacity also provides free courseware. EPG Pathshala. EPG Pathshala provides access to high-quality, curriculum-based, interactive content in 77 subjects at postgraduate level. The National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning, that is NPTEL. The NPTEL is an open courseware initiative which provides more than 200 curricula-based video and web courses. eGyan Kosh. eGyan Kosh provides seamless access to learning resources in different formats, such as self-instructional study material, audio-video programs, and archives of radio and television-based live interactive sessions. Learning Object Repositories at CEC. Learning Object Repository CEC provides worldwide access to qualitative learning resources. The Learning Object Repository is a bank of short-duration, reusable learning objects for special benefit to students and teachers, face-to-face learning as well as to other users globally. Now let's take a view of metadata harvesting services. Harvesting refers to the activity of searching and collecting metadata from our open archive initiatives, institutional repositories, and OAI journals, whose content is indexed and posted for open use from World Wide Web server. A metadata harvesting service harvests or indexed metadata from open access initiatives, compliant archives, or repositories or journals through harvesting software that supports a protocol known as Open Access Initiative Protocol for Metadata Harvesting, that is OAI PMH. You may also visit Module 23 on Digital Library Protocol and Standards for further information on Metadata Harvesting Standards OAI PMH. Major metadata harvesting service providers are Google Scholar, Oyster, Orange, NCSTRL, etc. Metadata harvesting service providers in India are Search Digital Libraries, MetaMed, Open Index Initiatives, etc. Copyright and open access. Copyright is a principal issue faced by authors, publishers, and readers of open access publications. The work published open access journals can be made available to public under Creative Commons Attribution License (CCAL). The CCAL gives right to authors to retain their ownership of the copyright for their article. It also allows users to download, reuse, reprint, modify, distribute, and copy the article as long as the original author and source are credited. Cloud computing and open access digital libraries. Cloud computing refers to both the applications delivered as a service over the internet and the hardware and system software in data centers that provides those services. Digital libraries based on cloud computing architecture can facilitate shared use of computing and networking resources. It is cost-effective. Cost of open access digital library service can be reduced by amortizing the overall cost of building the data center for institutional repositories. Cloud computing technologies can significantly improve the economic and environmental sustainability of open access resources and institutional repositories. In this module, we have introduced the philosophy of open access and its associations with digital library. This module described worldwide digital library initiatives to provide open access to scholarly research that can be grouped into 5 distinct categories, namely open access initiatives taken towards journals, institutional repositories, e-books, open courseware, and metadata harvesting services. The module then discussed issues on copyright and open access. Lastly, the module discussed the recent developments in technologies that can help to build digital libraries, which facilitates better access to and dissemination of knowledge.